Okay. Welcome back to Filter. I'm Diane, Mizota, and we're counting down the best basketball games ever. The rankings for Filter shows come directly from the responses you post on the G4 website. To make your vote count, log on to g4tv.com/filter and select the Filter Rater. Then choose a category, vote on a scale of 1 to 10, and we'll take care of the rest. While you're there, be sure to post your suggestions for topics and games you'd like to see covered in future episodes. Now, when I think of college, I think of beer, boys, and I mean studying and hanging out in the library. But for these guys, they're just thinking about making it to the Final Four. NCAA March Madness 2004 alley-oops its way into number 7.
March Madness 2004 is great. Anytime you incorporate March Madness, I'm going to be a big fan of it because college basketball is the most exciting sport in the world, I think.
You know, that's always kind of a fun game to play. You can play your favorite college team. There's players that you know, so it's kind of neat to actually be that person.
This game has been big for this university for the last 100 years, so let's go out and play with an extra sense of pride.
When March rolls around, all you want to do is be playing the top 64, get in the tournament, and try to work your way to the top.
Whether you're reminiscing about college or that time you threw a brick during the final seconds of the state finals, it's always good to acknowledge your past. So prepare yourself as we sprint down Dreamcast Lane with NBA 2K1 at 6.
NBA 2K1 was awesome. That was for the Dreamcast, had Iverson on the cover, and it allowed so much in-depth gameplay. You could make your own team. So you could have one guy who was 7'8" and 600 pounds, and he was just swatting balls, and it was so customizable that it was a blast. You're playing 82-game seasons, players of the week, all-star games, really in-depth stats. It was just an amazing game. Loved it.
You can work your strategies, you can work your plays, you can trade players and different teams and like that. And it just gives the versatile. I like the versatile of the game. You know, the more you can do with the game, the better it is.
That's when I think basketball games really started tightening up. You know, you had good control between the players, even though you had, 5 guys on your team, and it was a great multiplayer game.
Well, every great countdown needs a great interruption, and who better to barge into the middle of this one than the guys who are big enough to? We asked a couple of real NBA players, what's it like to see yourself in a video game? And well, here's how they responded.
I really don't play too much video games, but my roommates and stuff are on it all day. So, you know, they try to dunk with me all the time on the video game, so they try to give me a little pointer.
You ever get any basketball games, check out your own skills in the game?
Check out it live a little bit. You know, I be trying to use myself too much, so I got to stay away from it.
Up like 60.
Yeah, losing, so I got to stay away from that.
I feel funny going out there playing with myself, because all I'm going to do is shoot every time with me.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm playing a video game and I'm playing with the Sonics, I don't think nobody else on the team going to get a shot.
Right.
I'm taking every shot. I'm taking every shot, even if we lose.
It feels good, I've been playing video games my whole life, and been watching guys, and now I don't have to create myself anymore. I'm already on the game, so it feels good.
And they can say your name, and it looks like you too, so that was cool.
They give me a different hairstyle every game and all that, but my game is all right.
I mean, that's something I would never expect growing up. And like I say, when I see it, it's just like a blessing to me knowing that I've came so far and I've got on the video game.
The video game got a lot of creativity, you go up and do some stuff, you haven't done in a game, so I'm going to take a few things from there, a few things from TV, and, put them all together.
Because, people are saying, you're only as good as you are on a video game these days, in all these sports games.
Oh, they're lying about that.
All right, man, appreciate your time. Good luck.
Okay, now, it's time to get back to the countdown and check in on our middle child. The second NES title to make the countdown has you hitting 3s, but unfortunately, its Skyhook doesn't sync. Double Dribble is at 5.
double dribble for the Nintendo, you could pass all the way from one end of the court to the other, or shoot, you know, from near end, and like no one else could run down there fast enough.
You know, you have like 6 or 7 teams to play with that are all these kind of fake NBA teams.
They had the mascots, right? Why did people forget about the mascots? That's not in games anymore. The cheerleaders, the mascots, people, programmers, put them back.
I remember thinking it was so amazing when I was a kid playing double dribble, because when you go and pull off a dunk, it would do this cutaway scene to this close-up, like back jam or, you know, whatever. And it was kind of a big step in graphics for the old 8-bit NES, I think.
From one crashing glass to another, number 4 is all about the ESPN branding. Every sports fan feels at home with ESPN NBA basketball thanks to the commentary from Kevin Frazier. It bounces in at number 4.
ESPN NBA basketball for the Xbox is unbelievably realistic.
ESPN obviously puts out a great product. You got a lot of the sports announcers, you know, they kind of bring a little bit more livelihood to the game.
Welcome to the new home of the NBA here on ESPN.
It's a little bit more what you hear, what you see on the highlights. It's really kind of putting the player into the whole system.
This guy is lightning quick.
They got the texture down, they got the shading down, they got the sounds down, and it's like watching TV. With these camera angles, these highly complex games, you can forget, and then, I mean, you lose focus very easily because you get stuck in the eye candy, but I mean, the game itself is just horribly realistic and wonderful.
So, those 7 games have solidified their place in digital basketball history, but 3 remain. Will Live establish their position as king of the hard court, or will Jam put on their full court press and take home the championship trophy? Stick around and find out when Filter returns.